Good afternoon. This is Kent Blaylock with SDG Replays. That's the Soli Deo Gloria Replays. I like to give God glory in everything that I do. So that's what the SDG stands for, if anybody ever wondered. Again, my name is Kent Blaylock, and I'm excited to be streaming again. And I'm going to be doing a little bit of action PC baseball, picking up on the 56th season that I've started months and months ago. But we want to pick that up, and we're going to be seeing a matchup between the 56 Mets and the 56 Reds. And they're both kind of middle of the pack right now. And I just wanted to jump back in to streaming some baseball. So we're going to be in Crosley Field, and let me get us there. This will be our setup. Hope you enjoy as we get into some baseball this afternoon. Beautiful day here in North Carolina, and beautiful day for baseball. Welcome to Crosley Field for tonight's game between the New York Mets and the Cincinnati Reds. Johnny Antonelli gets to start for New York. He's made 4 starts on the year and is 1-1 with an ERA of 3.58. His first start against Cincinnati, he'll be opposed by Johnny Clipstein. For Cincinnati, he's made 3 starts on the year and is 2-1 with an ERA of 2.08. His first start against New York. It's 68 degrees, wind speed 4 miles per hour, in from right field. Let's play ball. And as Whitey Lockman comes to the plate, he's batting .276, no home runs, 3 RBIs. And on the mound, again, is Johnny Clipstein. In this replay so far, he is exceeding his regular season real stats. He's at 2.08 ERA with a 2-1 ERA, a 2-1 record. And we're going to get started. Whitey Lockman coming to the plate, batting .278 with 15 hits and 3 RBIs. And here comes the pitch from Clipstein. It's hit hard into right field, bounces in front of Post throwing it in. Will it be a double? And it's a leadoff double by Lockman, and that'll bring up Alvin Dark, the shortstop. He's batting .311 as he comes to the plate. Lockman gets a slight lead off of second, and he digs in. Clipstein toeing the rubber and brings the pitch. And it looks like it's been popped up into shallow center field. Bell settling underneath it for out number 1 as Lockman makes his way back to second. He tags up and makes it, and he's gunned down at third. Lockman's going for third, but won't get there. He's thrown out. Poor base running decision by Lockman. That is now, we have Willie Mays coming to the plate, batting .333 with 13 RBIs. Here is the pitch. Oh, Lockman did make it. My fault. I thought he got gunned down. Boy, I need to check my glasses because I thought for sure he was out. So Lockman scores on the hit by Mays, and it's already 1-0, and Clipstein is having some troubles here. Excuse me for that. I might have to make a change on that font. That orange font on that gray is hard to read. So Lockman scores. Robinson fires it back in. Mays safe at first, and that brings up Darrell Spencer, who's batting .169 in this replay with 7 RBIs. Mays takes a slight lead. Here's the pitch, and it's a pitch over to first to keep Mays honest. Clipstein into the windup and the pitch. And it's a pitch out. No one going. As Clipstein now goes into the windup, and it's hit sharply to third. Jablonski up with it, over to second. He gets Mays, and they turn the double play, the 5-4-3 double play. So that's 2 down, and Johnny Temple. That is the end of the inning. There was already 1 out. I'm a little rusty on my play calling, so y'all forgive me. Pitching for the Mets is Johnny Antonelli, and coming to the plate for the Reds, Johnny Temple. Temple batting almost 350 in this replay with 7 RBIs. Here's the pitch to Temple, Antonelli, and it's hit sharply into right field. It's a poor play by Mueller, as he didn't break on the ball very well. Mueller coming in, and he drops in front of him, and he fires it back in. A leadoff single by Temple. And that brings up Roy McMillan, the shortstop, batting .288 with 2 home runs and 6 RBIs. Here's the pitch to McMillan. Temple, he hits a slow dribbler to Antonelli, and they get him at first. No, he bunted it. He laid down the bunt to move Temple over. So a runner on second in scoring position, and Ed Bailey, the catcher, coming up, batting .300 with 4 home runs and 7 RBIs. Here's the pitch to Bailey. And struck him out. He goes down swinging. That's the first strikeout in the game, and the first strikeout for Antonelli as Frank Robinson steps to the plate. Robinson batting .339 with 6 home runs and 14 RBIs. Dangerous Robinson as Antonelli goes into his windup, and Robinson trots down to first, way inside, and it nailed him in the midsection. So he hit Robinson. So that's runners on first and second with 1 out, and Ted Kluszewski coming to the plate, batting .393, almost .400 with 4 home runs, 12 RBIs. Here's the pitch to Kluszewski. And strikeout number 2. And we go to the second. And Bill White coming to the plate. White batting .256. He batted .256. This is his first time playing in the replay. So after 1, New York 1, Cincinnati nothing. Here is the pitch. And it's hit to second. And lazy liner caught by Temple for out number 1. And that brings up Foss Castleman, batting .145 with 3 home runs and 7 RBIs. Castleman steps in. Here's the pitch, and he struck him out. That'll be the first strikeout for Clipstein as 2 are down, and Mueller coming to the plate, batting .343 with 2 home runs and 10 RBIs. Here's the pitch to Mueller, and it's hit too short. McMillan up with it, fires it over to Kluszewski at first. 3 up, 3 down, and we go to the bottom of the second with your score: the New York Mets 1, Cincinnati nothing. And Ray Jablonski coming to the plate. Jablonski batting .268 with 3 home runs and 13 RBIs. Jablonski digs in. Antonelli into the windup and the pitch. And he hits it lazily into left field. Lockman underneath it for out number 1 on the F7 putout. And that brings up Wally Post, right fielder, batting .246 with 8 RBIs on 5 home runs. Here is the pitch to Wally Post. Post hits it up the middle, drops it in front of Mays in center field for a 1-out single, and Gus Bell coming to the plate. Post on first. Bell, center fielder, batting .317 with 2 home runs and 8 RBIs. Here's the pitch to Bell. And strikeout number 3 for Antonelli. That brings up the pitcher Clipstein. And Clipstein steps in. Post. Maybe he'll be going. Well, he laid down the bunt. Here's the pitch to Clipstein. And he hits a lazy ball into center field. Mays gets to it on his shoe tops. He's going to have to dive for it. He's lined it to left center. He's got a 58%. And we're going to say, yes, he's going to make the dive. And he does. Mays makes the great play on the diving catch in center field. And we go. He lunges for it. That brings up Ray Cott as we go to the third with the Mets up 1-0. And Ray Cott, or is that Cat? I'm not sure. But here's the pitch. The catcher batting .172. Here comes the pitch from Clipstein. And it's another fly ball hit into center field. Bell's going back for it. It's hit deep. Bell's going back, and he gets it at the warning track for out number 1. That brings up the pitcher, Johnny Antonelli, who's batting .182 in this replay, batted .157. Not a bad average for a pitcher, as Clipstein pitches to his counterpart, and he hits a lazy ball to Clipstein. Clipstein fields it easily over to Klazuski for out number 2. That brings up Whitey Lockman, who doubled his first time up. And here comes the pitch, Clipstein. And he's hit it into center field. Bell ranging underneath it. Can of corn for out number 3. And after 2.5, New York 1, Cincinnati 0. Coming to the plate, Johnny Temple. Temple 1 for 1 on the day. And Antonelli into his windup. And the pitch to Temple. Temple hits a lazy ball to the pitcher. Slow grounder. Antonelli fields it easy over to first for White for out number 1. And that'll bring up Roy McMillan, the shortstop. Bunted out to the pitcher his first time up, sacrificing Temple to second. He'll get to swing away this time, though. McMillan digs in, Antonelli into his windup and the pitch. It's hit hard to first, and he'll beat it out as no one was there to cover the bag. And that'll be an E. It'll be an E, E3 on White. So we got a runner on by error, first error of the game. And Bailey to the plate. Bailey struck out his first time up. Here's the pitch to Bailey. Antonelli blew that one by him for strikeout number 4. 4 Ks for Antonelli as he sat Bailey down once again. That brings up Frank Robinson. Robinson was hit by the pitches last time up. Here comes the pitch. And that's strikeout number 5 for Antonelli as he closes out the inning with a strikeout. And after 3, the New York Mets won, Cincinnati nothing. And Alvin Dark coming back to the plate. He flied to left center his last time up, moving over Lockman to third. So he'll get to swing away again. Here's the pitch to Dark. It's a slow ground ball to Temple at second. Temple up with it, fires it over to first for the 4-3 put out, and out number 1. And that brings up the Say Hey kid, Willie Mays, coming to the plate. Clipstein into the windup. The pitch. He hits it hard into left field. Robinson fields it as he hit a hard, sharp ground ball between third and short. And that's going to bring up Spencer, Darrell Spencer, the second baseman, grounded to third for a double play his last time up. Let's see if he can do better this time. Here's the pitch. And they're wanting to keep Mays honest at first. So the pitch out over to first. And now the pitch to Spencer, who hits it to McMillan, who fields it, fields a line drive. For out number 2, and that brings up Bill White. White lined to second his last time up, and here's the pitch. For some reason, I am pretty sure that is not the correct Bill White for this game. That image. It's hit sharply at Temple at second, who makes the play, the line drive, after 3.5. Again, it's New York 1, Cincinnati nothing. And Kluszewski coming to the plate. Kluszewski struck out his first time up. Antonelli into the windup and the pitch. And he lifts one into center field. Should be an easy play for Willie Mays, but it is up high. It might not even reach Mays. Yep. Popped up to second. Over second base, the shortstop, Dark, makes the play for out number 1. And now Antonelli facing Ray Jablonski. Jablonski flew to deep left his last time up. Here's the pitch to Jablonski. Ground ball hit to Dark at short. Dark up with it. He fires it over to first for the out, for the 6-3 put out. And that'll bring up Wally Post, right fielder, lined a single his last time to center field. So Post steps in as Antonelli fires strikeout number 6 by him, blew it by him, that Parmesan pellet. Right by him as Foss Castleman now up here in the 5th, the top of the 5th. After 4, it's still the Mets 1, Cincinnati nothing. Here comes the pitch from Clipstein. And it's hit sharply at first, but Kluszewski stabs it out of the air for out number 1. Made a great grab on that play as Don Mueller comes to the plate. Mueller grounded to short his last time up. Here's the pitch to Mueller. Slow ground ball to the shortstop over the bag, over to Kluszewski for out number 2 on the 6-3 put out. 2 up, 2 down, and Ray Cott coming to the plate. Here is the pitch. It's hit to Jablonski at third. Up with it, fires it over to first. 3 up, 3 down on the put out from third, the 5-3. That brings up Gus Bell here as we go to the bottom of the fifth. Our score still 1-0 New York. And Bell steps in. Antonelli goes into his windup. And it's hit into center field. Mays ranging to his left, looking to haul that one in for out number 1 on the F8 putout. And that brings Clipstein back to the plate. We're going to leave him in. He's pitching well. And that's strikeout number 7 for Antonelli as he struck out his counterpart. And that'll bring up Johnny Temple. And he hits a slow ground ball. It's going to be fielded by the first baseman. Covering the bag is the second baseman. And you had the 3-4 put out. And now we go to the bottom of the fifth. Antonelli stepping to the plate. Clipstein with the pitch. And that'll be strikeout number 2 for Clipstein as he struck out the pitcher. And that brings Whitey Lockman back to the plate. Lockman, 1 for 2 on the day with a double. Here's the pitch from Clipstein. And it's hit back to the pitcher, over to first for the 1-3 put out. And out number 2. That brings up Alvin Dark. Dark on the day is hitless. See if he can get off the snide. Here's the pitch. And he hits one sharply into right field, right in front of post. Up with it, fires it in to second. And we have a runner on with Willie Mays coming to the plate. Here is the pitch. And he hits a slow bounding ball to Jablonski at third. He fires it over to second to get the force out. And out number 3. And we go to the 6th with New York still up 1-0. The 8-9 Mets against the 10-8 Reds. Here's the pitch from Antonelli. Hit back to Antonelli. And he makes it the play easily and fires it over to first to get McMillan. And that'll bring up Ed Bailey, who struck out twice. Let's see if he can get the hat trick. Here we go. Here's the pitch. Not this time as he hits a ground ball to first. It's an out nonetheless as he is hitless on the day, as it's an easy play by the first baseman who makes a 3 unassisted. That brings Frank Robinson back up to the plate. Here's the pitch to Robinson. And he hits one sharply, but it's caught off the shoe tops by the third baseman for out number 3 on that L5 put out. So we go to the 7th with our score. Mets 1, Reds 0. Here's the pitch from Clipstein. It's hit sharply down the third base line. It gets to the corner. Spencer will be going for 2 as Robinson fires it back in. So it's a leadoff double. And it's just a poor play by Jablonski, who broke poorly on the ball. And that'll bring up White as Clipstein toes the rubber, tosses down the rosin bag, and goes into his windup. And strikeout number 3. So 1 out. This False Castman hopes to get another run in. Here is the pitch. It's hit slowly to third. Jablonski up with it. This time he makes a great play in fielding the ball. And 2 down with a runner still on second. And Don Mueller, the right fielder, who has grounded to short both times today, as Mueller goes into the windup. Here it's the pitch. Spencer is moving on the pitch. It's hit to short once again. And it's a web gem as McMillan makes a great play to close out the inning. And we go to the bottom of the seventh as Take Me Out to the Ball Game plays. And I'll be back in one moment. And we're back to the action as Antonelli is pitching a gem. Antonelli. On the day, 6-inning pitch, 2 hits. He struck out 7. As Antonelli goes into the windup, Kluszewski 0 for 2 on the day, looking to get a hit. Hits one to first. Antonelli covering the bag, and that's a 3-1 put out for out number 1 as Ray Jablonski now comes to the plate. He's also 0 for 2 on the day as Antonelli. Another ground ball up the middle. Dark ranges over, makes the play over the second base bag for out number 2 on the 6-3 put out. That'll bring up Wally Post. Wally Post, 1 for 2 on the day and hoping to get something going here as the game is getting short here. He hits it sharply to third. Castleman up with it. Over to first for the 5-3 put out, and it's 3 up and 3 down. And we go to the 8th, and it's a 1-0 game. The Mets leading here in Cincinnati's Crosley Field. Klippstein still pitched well. Klippstein's 7 innings pitched, 5 hits, 1 earned run, and he struck out 3. So he's pitching well, but not enough so far. And here's the pitch to Cat. And he hits it into left field. Frank Robinson moving toward the left field line. And it's carrying. It's going to take him deep. And he is off the wall in left field for a leadoff double as it bounces off the wall. And that may be all for Klippstein for the day. Oh, I got the computer playing. I forgot. Well, he's going to continue as it's hit up the middle to Bell. Will Cat try to go? I don't think so. Will he test the arm? He's only got a 32% chance. No. So the pitcher hits a liner into center field. Cat, who did not have good speed, could not make it in. So we have runners on the corners with no outs. And Lockman to the plate. Here is the pitch. Well, Bailey goes out to give a word. And the ball is lifted into right field. And Cat is going, and it's hit deep, and it is carrying and Post. And it's off the wall in right field. So Antonelli is going to try to stretch this into another run scored. And he'll beat the throw easily as Post just hits the cutoff man. It's now 3-0 Mets. As the game is getting away from the Reds now, as Klippstein seems to be tiring. Here is the pitch. Grounded to Temple at second. Up with it over to Kluszewski at first. for the out, the first out of the inning. But that'll move Lockman over to third. And Willie Mays, who's 2 for 3 on the day, coming to the plate. Mays pops it up behind the plate. Will Bailey be able to make the play, or will it be out of play? It looks like it might be out of play. So swing away, Willie Mays. And he hits it sharply towards third. Great play made by Jablonski. He made a leaping grab, dives to third, and they get Lockman. But 2 runs come across on 3 hits and no errors. And after 7.5, it's New York Mets 3, Cincinnati nothing. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Here is the pitch from Antonelli. And he walks Bell. So a leadoff walk here in the bottom of the 8th by Antonelli. Got my pups running in. Here is the pitch. We have a new Clipstein is going to be pulled for Stan Paulus, who is now batting. Paulus pinch hitting. In this replay, he's batting .462, so he's swinging a hot bat. Can he continue with a runner on first? Bell on first. Paulus hits it sharply to third. Castleman up with it, fires it over to second. The turn and the pivot, and it's 2. They got the double play. He throws to first, and they turned it. So 2 down, and Johnny Temple coming to the plate. That was, as Kurt Berglund would say, a rally-killing, soul-crushing double play for the Cincinnati Reds as the Mets turned that beautiful double play. Antonelli with the pitch, and it's popped up behind the plate. Cat running back, tosses the mask off. It looks like it's going to be out of play as well, as it must have been sky high. Temple looking to get something going for the Reds. Here's the pitch. Ground ball up the middle, gets into center field. So he has a 2-out single. So we have a runner on the base pass as Roy McMillan comes to plate. McMillan, he is 0 for 2 on the day with a sacrifice. Here is the pitch to McMillan. Hits a ball sharply to third. Castleman fields it, fires it over to first for the 5-3 putout. And we go to the 9th with the Mets up 3-0. And Joe Black is now pitching for the Cincinnati Reds. Black has a 4.52 ERA in the 56th season with a 1.395 whip. So Black steps in, and Spencer at the plate. He hits a ground ball to third. Jablonski fields it as it bounds toward him and fires it over to Kluszewski. And he boots it. It pulled him off the bag, a poor throw by Jablonski. And so that's an E5 on Jablonski on the throwing error. So Spencer is on safe with the error. And Black just looks over at Jablonski and shakes his head. Here's the pitch to White. Another ground ball to Jablonski at third as it's a slow roller down the third base line. And he cannot get to it. And it just rolls foul. That looked close. Here's the pitch to White once again. This time he pulls it down the first base line into right field as it gets all the way to the wall past post. And Spencer is moving to third, White to second, and Spencer scores and adds to the lead as White is trying to stretch it into a triple, and he does, safe for a triple as the lead continues to grow. It's 4-0 now, New York Mets, as Black goes into his windup. Castman hits it sharply at Kluszewski, past him, past post, into right field. Sharp liner into the corner, Post up with it. Another run scores, and will Castleman try for three? He will. Well, is this back-to-back triples? He will be. It's back-to-back triples for the New York Mets, as Black has come in and he is thrown up all over himself. Can I say that? I guess so, I did. Here's the pitch from Black. Mueller hits it to second. Temple with it. And Castleman is going to race toward home. And Temple is going to throw to Kluszewski to get the out. But another run comes across. And it is now 6-0 in this ninth inning, as it's turned into a massacre. Black with the pitch. Cott. I believe it's Cott, if I remember correctly. Lifts one into center field. Bell underneath it for out number two. Mercifully, it's number two, as Antonelli finds himself back to the plate. Here's the pitch to Antonelli. He lifts it into center field for the final out of the top of the ninth. And Antonelli is going to pitch a complete game, it looks like here, as he's got a huge cushion, a 6-run cushion. And Ed Bailey coming to the plate, who's 0 for 3 on the day. Here's the pitch to Bailey. And he singles into right field. It's only the 4th hit on the day for the Reds. Robinson hits it sharply to short. Dark up with it, over to second, and it's another rally killing, soul crushing double play. My tribute to Kurt Berglund. So 2 down now, and Antonelli just looking to close it out against Kluszewski, who's 0 for 3. Here's the pitch. It's hit into center field for a 2-out single for Kluszewski. And Antonelli just wanting to finish this game out well as Jablonski comes to the plate, 0 for 3 on the day. Here's the pitch. And it's hit sharply into left field. And Kluszewski will go for third. And it's a double by Jablonski. So we got runners on first and second. Can the Reds get something going here in the bottom of the ninth? As Wally Post comes to the plate, grounded to third the last time up. Can Antonelli close out this game? And it looks like Bob Thurman is going to come in and hit for the Reds. Thurman batting .313 on this replay with a .952 OPS. Here's the pitch to Thurman. Can he bring some runs across? It's fielded by Antonelli and over to first. And folks, that is our ball game. New York Mets 6, Cincinnati nothing. What a pounding. What a pounding they took. And folks, that's going to be our game. Let me make some adjustments here so we can take a look at the other screen here. That's the only thing about I need to learn this a little bit more. This StreamYard. Now let's switch this over here. There we go. Nobody I want to talk to. Sorry for that interruption. And I don't know why it's doing that. I'm having computer issues. We'll get off that then. Interesting enough, you're not seeing that. All right. Well, that was quite the outing by the Mets as they shut out the Cincinnati Reds. Great pitching by Antonelli. Well, I'll bring him back. Like I said, I'm trying to understand this software. If I remove myself from the screen, it removes my audio as well. But Antonelli pitched to Jim. You could see how well he did by having a shutout. But folks, it was fun to be recording something again. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you will come back as I continue. Again, one of the things that I am going to start doing is doing some Legends of Wrestling, cards and dice. So we're going to look forward to doing that. But I hope you enjoyed this Action PC Baseball. Have a blessed day. Soli Deo Glory.